Thank you, Elise Carver, for that lovely prelude there. I'm going to try this again because you know me, I want some enthusiasm up in here. Good morning. There we go. Let's stand and rise and sing our opening song.
All right, everybody, here we go. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
And say, God loves you and I love you too.
God loves you and I love you too.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in a sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to
And
you.
say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in a sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. From every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
In kinship reunite.
And kinship reunite.
And honor all the God in each other. Oh, take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to
And say,
you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Say namaste, I bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in a sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. Yeah.
It is true. We do come together in the name of love. If there's one thing that we are known for here at the Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living, is that we come together in the name of love. You will never feel more love anywhere else. In fact, my mother, the first time she came to a Center for Spiritual Living when I was in Oakland, and she was a little skeptical about this whole, what is this science of mind, Center for Spiritual Living. She walked in and felt so much love, she was at ease immediately. She was like, oh my God, I never experienced so much love. So welcome to the Center for Love, the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. It's so glad to be here with all of you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes. Happy New You. Yes, I feel so new. I feel I kind of had a little bit of downtime, with the days off for Christmas, New Year's, and it's always good to start a new year. It's always exciting to me to kind of release whatever was and say, well, what new wants to emerge? That's the excitement to me of a new year. We can do that anytime, but the new year is kind of a nice, convenient time because the whole world is in that energy, and so it's like ride the wave of that energy of like, what new wants to unfold? So I want to hear when after service, like some of the new things unfolding in your life, because I'm sure some exciting things are happening. So here we are doing our month of basics, back to basics. We got to get back to the science of mind basics. That's a fun topic, so we're going to talk about that today. I got to get off the stage because some people who know timing are like, you're done, get off. But thank you all for being here. We've got look at Reverend Catherine. She's like, are you ready? Are you done? All right. Thank you. Reverend Catherine McKinney.
Good morning, everyone. And before I get too far into this talking, I remind you to silence those cell phones or turn them off, just so God can call. But I'm just saying it's better if we're around to answer that. Today, we are having a workshop after service called Create the Best Tomorrow. And I would like to invite Reverend Catherine McKinney to come up and speak about that workshop. Oh, Oh, I'm so glad you asked me. I am so excited to do this workshop. Creating the best tomorrow is exactly what we're talking about. I love Reverend Gregory's remarks about the new year, the new you, because that's what we're talking about. What is the next thing to do? And that's what this workshop is helping us identify and focus on. What is that dream that you sort of sidelined because you thought it was too big? Today, we're going to talk about every one of those things. So bring your dream. Now, if you please will, sign up on the sheet out there. I've got some handouts. I'd like to have enough for everyone, so please do that just as a favor. Thank you. So we're starting a new year, and Men's Spirit Group is meeting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. in the foyer. So if you've never been before, you are so welcome. And you can come right at 7 o'clock, and they'll be right out there to greet you. Our Labyrinth Walk will also be this week. It is on the 7th of January. That's a Wednesday, and it's after the 11 a.m. service, so around 12 o'clock. Now, what's happening on Saturday is a sound bath with Sarah Kuravia, who is going to lead and do this. There's a great flyer out there. Please read about that, because she does a magnificent job in what she's doing. Now, that is actually going to be at 10 p.m. in 10 a.m., in Richelieu Hall. So come for that Saturday. It's at 10 a.m., and you will really love that experience. Choir practice is not coming this week, but it will resume on January the 13th. That's a Tuesday evening. It's at 6:30. If you've never been part of the choir, I am saying, she'll say, come on down, just like she's doing now. We welcome new choir people. Now, come and hear a presentation on Sunday, January the 11th, so that will be next Sunday. And listen up, because this is a little bit longer explanation, and I'm sure there's a flyer out there for this as well. It's a presentation on human trafficking by local nonprofit organization, Restoration Division Services, and it's after service next Sunday. Los Angeles County has the tragic distinction of being one of the nation's capitals of human trafficking. This presentation, From Tragedy to Hope, a local response to sex trafficking, has been recently delivered to many churches and nonprofit organizations and has been very well received. Come hear from this organization and know that it's doing great work locally to rescue women from trafficking. And what's coming up next Sunday is the Women's Circle. They have their regular meeting Sunday, January 8th, and that would be at January 11th at 12:30 in the teen room. Wednesday, January the 14th at 6 p.m. is ecstatic dancing, which starts at 6 p.m. And so many people are so enthusiastic about this. So if you think you might be, come for that. 6 p.m. on Wednesday, January 14th. The following Sunday, Saturday, January the 17th, so this is Martin Luther King weekend, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., psychic medium Bill Phillips, he's going to be doing his presentation. There are tickets, and many, many tickets have been sold, so they could sell out quickly. So if you're really interested in coming, go ahead and do it. It's a sacred afternoon of love, healing, and connection. So check at the desk for tickets. Mark your calendars for Reverend Gregory's Conscious Loving class. It begins February the 7th. So that's at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's a Saturday. More information about all of this stuff is always on the activity table. So if you miss something or you're not sure about it, please just pick up that flyer and your answers should be right there. And if you want prayer today, we have prayer after service right over by the grand piano. There is a circle. Please come and join the group that is there. Or you can place your prayer request in a box out there in the foyer. new friends that are here for the very first time, we would love it if you would raise your hand, and you will be, the lovely Laura here will send you a great bag. Oh, we have several hands raised. So thank you. Oh, and there's one way in the middle, so wade into those. There, somebody is coming. Is there, and yes, there's one right here. Yes. Anyone that we have missed so far, because we are so glad you're here, and we really just want to welcome you with some goodies in the bag. There's also a new friends table out on the foyer that you can sign up and get a lot of information that may not be in that bag. Finally, in terms of announcements, Reverend Dr. Moira Fox is going to be our speaker this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock, and she will welcome all of you who are coming. And finally, as we close all of our announcements, it's with deep gratitude for all of those volunteers who are doing so many things beyond what you know if you are not a volunteer yourself. And there are many volunteers in this room, so thank you for your service. Thank you. And so let's just take a deep breath and listen to the music.
I would invite you all to turn within for a moment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know.
Be still and know that I am God. The voice deep within us, our soul deep within us, says to us, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that you are loved. Be still and know that you are held. Be still and know that all is well. Be still and know that all is in divine order and timing. Be still and know that the presence of life itself, the presence of infinite intelligence itself, the presence of infinite love and power and creativity and wholeness and wisdom are right there at the center of our being. Each one of us, a unique way that this divine is expressing. And so it is in this awareness that I speak this word to know that something dynamic and beautiful is happening here today, is unfolding here today, and it is each one of us. Each one of us are unfolding right here and right now before our very eyes. The very presence of the divine within us is saying, be still and know that I am God, which means be still and know that each one of us are expressions of that one life, that one power, that one presence. And so we come here today lifting up that truth. We come here today emanating that truth. We come here today being in our own unique frequency, our own unique emanation, expression of that one. And because each one of us are here, this service is an absolute unique moment in the history of time, unlike any other that was or ever will be. And so we co-create here today something beautiful, something healing, something uplifting, something so loving. And we are touched, and we are moved, and we are healed, and we are different. We leave differently than when we came in, a little more or a lot more lifted up, expanded, clear, strong in our power. I am so grateful for this truth, and I just release this word to that immutable law that only knows to say yes. And therefore I know it is done just as I have declared, touching and agreeing with each person here. I let it be, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. So it's a brand new year, and many of us look at this as a way to start fresh, to try something new, perhaps to even reinvent ourselves. So what if one of our reinventions is to become more spiritually attuned? Will that make our lives improve if we do that one thing? As they say in the Midwest, you betcha. The beginning of the Science of Mind text is where we start our study of what we call the principles. Ernest Holmes titled the chapter The Thing Itself, where he describes what's commonly known as God, but he spends most of the time on how it affects us and what we actually are. My background included religious training that I am grateful for, but God was always out there, and this teaching was attractive because it describes our awareness of God as coming from a place within, which all of us inherently feel. We may have had experiences that made that evident in the past, but have those dimmed over time. Perhaps it's time to refresh our memories with some spiritual practices, since they are key to our being directed by Spirit this year. The best way to begin is always with a daily routine, and we can use our spiritual tools for that. So beginning with visioning, we see our desires exactly as we wish them to be. Science of Mind urges us to consider, after visioning, meditation, which we just did before service, where we become silent and listen to Spirit within. We can move on to prayer, especially through the vehicle of what's taught here, spiritual mind treatment. And that connection we can foster when we follow up with affirmations to support that new vision until it comes forth into reality. When the vision becomes visible, we can give thanks for that mystical wonder, the demonstration. One thing that may bring us closer to Spirit is to find God during the ordinary parts of our day, when we're doing routine things that keep our lives going. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese monk and activist, wrote this: "If I am incapable of washing dishes joyfully, if I want to finish quickly so I can have dessert or a cup of tea, I will be equally incapable of fully enjoying my dessert or my tea when I finally have them. With my fork in hand, I will be thinking about what to do next, and the texture and flavor of the dessert, together with the pleasure of eating it, will be lost. I will be constantly dragged into the future, missing out on life altogether and never able to live fully in the present moment." So this is what's called mindfulness. And if we begin to notice all the beauty and grace in our days, our lives become much richer as a result. As Saint Teresa of Avila said, God walks among the pots and pans. And so it is.
There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. So call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of God. Speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. So call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your soul, and it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Nature, Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. It's all one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. The joy of inspiration. The sunlight on your face. The birthright of all nations, the boundlessness of space, the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that hits most deep. So call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. It's all one power. One power. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the crowd roared. Beautiful. Let's give some more love to Elise Carver here. Wow, that was beautiful. Ernest Holmes, it's like call it whatever name we want to call it, right? We all know that there's some essence, there's something that we're all these religions around the world are. This is how we know that God exists. This is how we know that God exists. All these people all around the world through all different kind of religions want to approach God in some way. They want to find a way to know God. This is how we know it's real. That's the evidence that it's so real that everyone all around the world wants to approach this, wants to know this, wants to know this. Ernest Holmes, in the chapter of the textbook that we're talking about today, called it the thing itself. I love that, right? Because it demystifies it. It takes it out of the realm of religiosity. And it's just like, there's a thing, there's a something, right? How often have we said, something told me? Something told me, right? There's that presence, there's that power, there's that knowing, there's that wisdom, there's that intelligence within us. There's that thing. There's that thing that people all around the world want to know, want to experience. Want to know. And so that's what we do here on Sundays. We know it through a teaching called The Science of Mind, but of course we know it through, we say that the truth, wherever it can be found. The truth, wherever it can be found. We're not biased. If it's the truth, if it's real, one of the ways we know that something is the truth is that we can experience it. If you can experience it, then it's true, then it's real. Right? And that's what we say about the science of mind. You don't have to believe anything. You don't have to believe a word. Billie Jean, you don't have to believe a word that I say. Unless you find that it's true in your experience and it's true in your being. If it's true in your being and you can experience it, then you go, that Reverend Gregory, he was right. Which you will definitely find. They will definitely find this. So yeah, the theme that has come to me for this year for our community, where the theme for our Sunday talks and all of that and some workshops and things like that is practice, practice, practice. And I had not even told, where's Bernice? Where's Bernice out there? There she is over there. I had not even told Bernice that was the theme for the year yet, but you heard her talking about all the different spiritual practices. Only one mind, all the different spiritual practices. Because let me read what Ernest Holmes, this is what Ernest Holmes said in the introduction of the textbook, it's one of the very first, let me take that back. In the final conclusion to the textbook, so after 400 and some pages of talking about the science of mind, in his final conclusion, he says, in conclusion, what the world needs is spiritual conviction, followed by spiritual experience. He said, this is one of my favorite things that Ernest Holmes said. He said, I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him or her repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. I'm going to read that again. I would rather a student of this science prove its principles, in other words, put it into practice, than to have him or her repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. He said it is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. And it's very easy for us in a teaching like the science of mind to get enamored with the intellectual aspect of it, to talk about it, to throw it around as an idea, to theorize, to philosophize, which are all fun and wonderful things, and they may even contribute to our understanding. They may even contribute to our evolution. But the ultimate, as Ernest Holmes is saying, is to put it into practice, is to begin to live this teaching. So that's what I really want to focus on this year. I want to focus on I want us at the end of this year to be like the most practicing folks on the planet, right? The most practicing folks on the planet, that we are just really walking this and living this every day and every day. I got to move this out because I'm gonna be reading a few things from here today. So I want easy access to this. It's gonna be my friend today here. It's my buddy. Oh, actually, Buddy was the name of a dog yesterday running along the beach, and it reminds me of what Ernest Holmes talks about, that the seed of freedom is planted deep within us, and yet it is up to each one of us to discover it, right? Even though the seed of freedom is buried deep within us, we can walk around in total bondage. We can walk around in total limitation and lack. We can walk around feeling unempowered, uninspired, confused, even though the seed of freedom was planted deep within us from the very beginning. And even in animals, we see the seed of freedom, right? They want their freedom. So yesterday on the beach, this little dog, apparently his name was Buddy because his owner was yelling, "Buddy, Buddy, come back." And this little dog was running. He's like, "I am free." And he was just taking off, and he ran by me and I said, "Buddy, I think she wants you, Buddy." And he only ran about another 20 yards and eventually he did come back. But it reminded me of life. Life yearns for its freedom. Life wants to be free because we know deep down that is our nature, to be free, to be fully expressed. I had a dog at one point named Columbo. He was named after the detective, that detective show with Peter Falk, Columbo. He was named after that detective because when I went to look at him, I went to the SPCA looking for an animal, and he was just looking like, oh, this poor little me. He had his eyes down, and he was a big dog. He was like an 80-pound, 90-pound dog, but he was just like, oh, I'm just little me in here, innocent little dog. They let him out of the cage. That dog was jumping all over the place. He was jumping up on me. He was like grabbing me with his mouth and everything. And I actually didn't adopt him right away. I actually left because I was in my left brain. Even though I was like, this is my dog, I was in my left brain. I'm like, oh, well, I should. This was back in the days long before Science of Mind, when I would do my plus and minus charts. Well, there's this and then there's that. And, well, the back and forth, as opposed to the one knowing, where we just check in and say, I know. But then, back then, I was in there's this, and then there's that, and then there's this, and then there's that. And so I went around to all these other shelters, only to come back to the very dog that I knew was mine from the beginning. But anyway, Columbo is related to Buddy because Columbo, the house that I had was only fenced in on 3 sides. No, there was no fence in the front. But it was okay because Columbo and I had an agreement. When it was time for him to go out and do his thing, he'd go out and do his thing. I'd say, go do your thing. He'd go out in the backyard for 10 minutes, and then he'd come running back in. No problem. But every once in a while, he would be like, you know what? Today, I'm going for it. And I would find him way down the street, and it was so hilarious because I had to appear, because it was dangerous for him actually to be running around the street. He could get hit by a car, all this sort of thing. So I had to appear that, I was upset with him. But it was so funny, I was almost like couldn't help but laugh because he would be literally walking up the street toward me like this, really slow, his head down, like, I know I messed up. But I just always thought about, and there were other times where he literally, it was a couple times he was gone for 24 hours. He left. He came back in a pickup truck one time. He came back in the back of a pickup because we had a collar on him, a tag on him. Came back in a pickup truck one time. But that seed of freedom, we want to be free, and we are free. And part of studying the science of mind is to realize that freedom, to step into that freedom that we inherently know is ours, right? No matter what kind of governments there are around the world, right? The people want to be free, right? They will fight to be free. They will do anything to be free. We want to be free. I want to read to you from Joel Goldsmith for a moment here. And this is kind of like, what's the place do we get started? What's the place how do we start our day? What's the basis, what's the basis for how we're living our life? And Joel Goldsmith says in his book, The Art of Spiritual Healing, one of my favorite Goldsmith books, he says, are we acknowledging God as the one infinite power? Understanding that terrifying human power, whether it appears as armies in the field or cancer of the body, is but the arm of flesh. And therefore, it is without power and jurisdiction in our experience. Are we realizing that? Are we acknowledging God as the main theme of our life, the source of our supply, the activity of our being? Do we acknowledge God upon waking in the morning? Who acknowledges God upon waking in the morning? Yeah, I'm in the right crowd here. Do we acknowledge that only the power of God could have given us rest or sleep, and that only the power and presence of God could awaken us to a new day? Do we realize that? And Holmes said that, well, let me take a step back for a second. We'll get to what Holmes said on that same subject. But this is another one of those lines, and if you haven't noticed yet, I tend to laugh a lot. Anyone not noticed that? You're not paying attention if you haven't noticed that. I find humor in a lot of different things, and I find some humor in this paragraph here, but it's also truth. And this is in the very introduction of The Science of Mind in this section called The Thing Itself. He says, we see abundance in the universe. We cannot count the grains of sand on a single beach. The earth contains untold riches, and the air is vibrant with power. Why then, this is the part that makes me chuckle a little bit, but it's also kind of hits home. Why then is man weak, poor, and afraid? We see abundance in, I'm going to read that again. We see abundance in the universe. We cannot count the grains of sand on a single beach. The earth contains untold riches, and the very air is vibrant with power. Why then is man weak, poor, and afraid? And he says the science of mind deals with these questions, right? It gets at that power within us, right? That seed of freedom within us that is ours to discover. That's the journey. The journey. No one, by the way, all we can do as teachers, as practitioners, as facilitators of classes and workshops and all of that, all we can really do is keep pointing everyone inward because we can't tell you how to get there, actually. We can give you practices, and all of those point to it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you never went to, what's someone's favorite place in the world? This is a majestic, amazing place. Someone called it out. Like, what's a place that it's like, oh, if you would just tell everyone they got to go there? Yosemite. Yosemite. Okay, let's take Yosemite, right? You could see pictures of Yosemite. You could have people describe Yosemite to you. You could have people tell you how to get to Yosemite, like you can go this route and that route. But could you ever really know Yosemite until you actually went to Yosemite and experienced it for yourself, right? So all of this that we learn here are all pointers, but each person still has to discover it for themselves. Each person has to find that experience. It's all, the directions are there. We're pointing. Yeah, just follow that road and then follow that road and make a left over there. But we still have to be on the journey ourselves. And we still have to discover it ourselves. We have to discover it within ourselves. Okay, here we go. Here's the part that related to what Goldsmith was saying. Holmes says, science of mind is a study of first cause. This is important. First cause, meaning the beginning of what causes everything. First cause. There's secondary cause, which is like the things in the world, right? We go like, well, like I had this relationship and then it didn't work out because of this and this and this. That's secondary cause. Anyone with me on that? That's secondary cause. First cause is the mental, spiritual, vibrational cause that set it all in motion to start with. right? And then the secondary causes are because it happened, then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. But the first cause is always spirit, is always mind, is always vibration. That's where it all begins. So science of mind is the study of first cause. We're not trying to deal with effects. We're not trying to deal with secondary causes. We're not trying to deal with our opinions about, well, this happened in the world and then this happened in the world. We're getting back to what is the first cause? What is the original cause? For example, when I was a beginning student of this teaching, and I had many different things in life I was working on. There was this thing, and there was that thing, and there was this other thing, and this other thing, and I was trying to navigate my way in life. There was prosperity after leaving my corporate job. There was like, how do I manifest now that I don't have this salary coming in? How do I manifest the things that I need for my life? There was things in like personal life and relationships and all that, and how do I navigate that? There was all these things. And one could say, many problems. Anyone have, many? No one's going to raise their hand for that. Anyone have, many problems? You got this, and then there's this. Sometimes people will come to a practitioner, right? And they'll be like, well, there's this, and then I got this, and I got that, and then I got this, and I got that. But it's what's the first cause? What is the locus of it all? What is the root of it all? What is this, And what I discovered for myself, and Louise Hay, she was a Science of Mind minister and prolific writer and publisher and all that sort of thing, and wrote some great books. And she said with all the people she worked with in counseling and guiding them, thousands of people, she said almost everyone had a little bit of that I am not enough belief. And I discovered that for myself. I discovered for myself that at the locus of a lot of these things back in those days was this belief in not being enough. And then I started to try it on. Remember we said don't believe it. Don't believe it just because Louise Hay said it. Don't believe it just because Reverend Gregory said it. Don't believe it just because Ernest Holmes said it. But then I started to affirm back in those days. I started to affirm whenever something would come up, whenever an issue would come up, whatever area of life it was in. It was in health, if it was in relationship, if it was in money, I would start to affirm within myself, I am enough. And then I would play with it and I would go, God is enough. God as me is enough. God is enough. I am enough. I am enough. God is enough. Try that with me for a second here. I am enough.
I am enough.
God is enough. God in me is enough.
God in me is enough.
Yeah. Louise Hay said most people had some of that, and in my experience of coaching people, I find that too, a belief that we are not enough to meet the demands of our life. What I started to find, what do you think I found when I started to affirm, I am enough? I am, and then people say, well, you're more than enough. But if you're more than enough, then were you enough? If you could be more than enough, then enough is not even enough. What I started to find is what seemed to be a whole bunch of problems really stemmed to one first cause, the belief in not being enough. And as I began to work on that, and I began to strengthen that, and began to step into that I am a divine expression of God. I wanted to think of, does anyone remember Gumby when Eddie Murphy was Gumby? This is total does anyone remember Gumby on Saturday Night Live? And Eddie Murphy played Gumby, and he'd say, I'm Gumby, and then he would use something I shouldn't say in church. He would say a word starting with D. He would say, I'm Gumby. Well, that's what I was just feeling in that moment. I was like, I'm a divine expression of God. For those of you who remember it, you know what I'm saying. So that's the science of mind and the practice of science of mind. We go to first cause. Then we don't have to be worrying about all these secondary conditions. What did this person do? And what did this person say? And what's the world doing? And what's the economy doing? And what's this and this? Those things all are secondary causes that, deserve their attention. But when we're really seriously practicing the science of mind, we go to first cause. And when we go to first cause, we find that we can be prosperous even when the reports in the economy are this and that, and it's up and down, and it's sideways, and it's over there. Oh, it's up again today. Oh, it's back down again. And we're just marching along. We're just marching along because we're not dealing with secondary cause. We're dealing with first cause. We're going at the root of it. It doesn't say, when it says that God is your unlimited source, is there a little corollary in there that I missed? When it says, God is your unlimited source, Spirit within me is my unlimited source, did I miss a little corollary? Is there a little corollary in there that said, except when there's a bad economy? I don't think so. I would have seen it. I would have noticed that if it was there. No, it just says, Spirit within me is my unlimited source of prosperity, of love, of joy, of peace, of all the good that I could ever want, of all the power, Sometimes we think the power is out there. Sometimes it's called the powers that be. Where are those powers that be? I want to find them. I've never been able to find them. I've heard of them, but I've never been able to find them. Because the power that be is the power in me. Say that with me, even though it's not quite correct English, but it's fun. The power that be is in me. The power that be is in me. The power that be is in me. Oh, we could turn that into a rap, Elise. The power that be is in me. The power that... no, it didn't work out too well. In my head, it was a beautiful rap. The power is right within us. First cause reminds us of that. Every time we're putting the power out there, every time we're saying something out there has power, the economy has power over me, people have power over me, circumstances, you don't know my circumstance, right? We argue for our limitations. You don't know my circumstance. If you knew my circumstance, then you would know why I don't want to know all that. I want to know if you're willing to go to first cause. I want to know if you're willing to practice a principle that has no limit. It has no limitation on it. Feels like people are a little restless in here when we're talking about first cause, not secondary cause. This is what I want us to practice this year. This is why our theme this year is practice, practice, practice. I really want us to get this first cause idea, that there are these principles that don't have any limitations on them except the limitations that we in our minds put upon them. We say, but you don't understand my situation. Someone said when we were talking about forgiveness one time, I was doing it at a center, I don't even remember where it was somewhere, not even in California, and I was doing a forgiveness workshop, and this woman said, well, you don't know my sister. And I had the perfect comeback. I said, yes, I do. I said, we all know your sister. We all know someone like that. We all know someone like that. We all know her sister. We all know your cousin. We all know your boss. You're this, you're that. But the question is, are we going to put the power out there, or are we going to remember first cause and let the power that be, all right, thank you for that stroll down imperfect English with me. Thank you so much for listening today. Blessings. You all are awesome. We're going to hear again from Elise Carver. I'll move this out of the way for you, Elise.
I'm feeling good. I just stepped out of the shower, quantum jumped into my new life and stepped into my power. I'm
There's
like,
the
hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. I finally figured out out just who I am and what I want. It's time that my potential makes up for the time I lost. Chasing dreams that weren't mine, planted in my subconscious mind. Always felt like I was wrong, but I was just learning what's right. And I'm taking the time to sit and ponder, what am I doing here with all of life's wonders? Journal and meditate, vibrate higher and resonate, focus deliberately and create a life I don't wanna escape. So hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. That's right. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. I'm feeling good. I just stepped out of the shower, quantum jumped into my new life and stepped into my power. I'm like, hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, I'm in alignment with the new me. Hey, today's gonna be a good day. I'm in alignment with the new me. Great job. Thank you, guys.
I knew a rap was coming somewhere in there. It was coming through God as Elise and not God as Reverend Gregory. Oh, that's beautiful. See, this science of mind is a participation sport, you know. We don't get the enlightenment through like Elise. We get it through like and taking the invitation that she gave us to get into our energy, get into our power. So I invited you all to stand up. It's like when we get these opportunities to be embodied, right? We get these opportunities to like really be embodied, like, hey, it's going to be a good day. You know, like, yes, not like, yeah, it's going to be a good day. No, you go, yes, it's going to be a good day. Right? We get into it. We got to have it's an embodied practice here. Yes. I'm just a little excited about the new year, you know. Just a little. Yes. All right. We got our wonderful ushers up here, Bob and Fred and David and Linda. Give these folks a hand. Because they show up all the time. They show up all the time in service, and I just love it. Thank you all so much for the ways that you serve. Thanks for the ways that you all give. We're doing good. We're doing great, and it's all because of you and the ways that you give and your generosity. And thank you all for, I'm going to do my best to thank you all individually, but I literally was spending all the way till yesterday opening the cards and gifts that people from the center gave me. That if I haven't acknowledged it yet, it's because it took me all the way to yesterday, and even yesterday my coffee table was filled with cards and gifts, and I was opening them, and I felt so loved and supported and appreciated. Thank you all are just awesome. Thank you all so much. Yes. All right, so many different ways to give to our beautiful spiritual community. I personally love giving to the community. I give 10% of everything that comes into me. I give it right back to the center because we cannot outgive God. Anyone ever heard that phrase? You cannot outgive God? You cannot outgive God. Everything we give comes back anyway. So it's like, oh, let's just play. Give more, get more, give more, get more. We don't even give to get, but it just happens. It just works that way. So thank you for the ways that you all know that and the ways that you play in that and share with us. So you can text to give, 424-379-3733. You can also go to our website, redondocsl.org/donate. You can use the QR code, cash checks. Those of you online, welcome, by the way. I don't think I welcomed you all today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad that you're with us here, and we welcome you to join in giving as well, and many of you do. Thanks for those that give online. There's some people who give online, and then they show up on during the week and write a generous check, and that's such a heartwarming thing. They say, like, you don't see me because I watch online, so we feel you. We may not see you directly, but we feel you, and we appreciate you. Give the online folks some love. Yes. Yes, we appreciate you. We get a lot of online viewers. All right, now, let's take our gift in our hand, possibly put our hand to our hearts as we do our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
It is true. God is all there is. Thank you, Elise Carver, Jean-Louis Boudreau. Beautiful singing up here today, Elise. Beautiful, as always. Beautiful singing up here. Yes. Yes. Thank you to our audiovisual team back there, led by Grant Ackerman. If you've never watched us on YouTube, just check it out, even if you come, because it's a TV production there. It's the quality of like that you would find on a TV program. They do such a great job back there. Yes, yes, yes. And one little note about like a message like today, and as we start going into the core of the Science of Mind teaching, I saw like a little bit of squirming out there, like maybe it gets a little uncomfortable. The Science of Mind teaching is never meant to like be about blame or shame or anything like that. It's meant to remind us how powerful we are, even if we haven't been experiencing it yet, right? Even if we haven't been experiencing it yet. You are so powerful, and this teaching is about freeing you up to stand in that power. It's never, Ernest Holmes said, it's never helpful to condemn yourself. So it's never about condemning, it's always about opening our eyes. Oh, something more is possible. So I encourage you to listen to these messages through that filter, if you will. All right. Speaking of practice, let's get up and pray. Let's do some praying right here, right now. Because you all are powerful. When you do these prayers with me on Sunday, I feel you. I feel you totally. I feel your power speaking through your words. So let's do some prayer right now. I invite you to repeat after me. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life right now. I, Gregory, speak my word. It is a word of power. Power unto a law. This law only knows to say yes. It's the way the universe works. And so I speak my word with authority, with confidence, with full trust and faith, or traith, that's trust and faith combined, knowing that my word shall not and cannot return to me void. Good job. And so I declare right here and right now, the power is in me. All good, all love, all prosperity and abundance, all joy, all peace, everything I could ever need is right here within me. Today, I call it forth into my experience. Not from out there, from right in here. I send it forth. Therefore, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful because I know it's done. I'm grateful that it is already so. So I release this word to that immutable law that immediately seizes upon it and makes it so. And so it is. Yes. You all are awesome. I feel the power of your word. I want to hear more about demonstrations when we do all this prayer work. I want to hear more about your demonstrations. What happened for you in your life to reflect this prayer, the result of the prayer. Thank you so much. Let's sing the peace song. Let's join hands and sing the peace song. Our ministers, practitioners, come on up here. Ministers, practitioners, come on up here. Look at these amazing ministers and practitioners. Aren't they awesome? Yeah. Look at them. Look at this one especially. Look at this one right here. Look at this one.